So, in the previous class, we discussed about the HANA installation. HANA installation can be done using HDB, LCM tools. So, how many ways we can do the installation? One is the command prompt mode, and second one is the command prompt mode, then WebGI mode, and GA level. So we can do the HANA installation, right? So these ways we can do the HANA installation. But with root user, you need to start from which user you will start the installation. That is the one of the important question. With the root user is the administrator user at operating system level. Administrator is the admin user at OS Windows level. This is the Linux level, this one. So once the HANA is installed, during the HANA installation, so by default, so you have the SID ADM user. This is for the OS level admin activities. Suppose if you want to perform operating system level any admin activities, SID ADM user, then system user, then DB admin activities we can perform it here. System user and SID ADM user we can perform it. So these are the users will be created automatically. So if you want to log into the database level to do the administration activities, you have to use the system user by default, and OS level you need to use the SID ADM user to perform the admin activities and etc here, right? So apart from that, so when you are doing the installation time, during the installation time, so they are the five, so they are the seven. So core HANA process will be created. Family members will be so created here. So same SAP level, we have the seven process will be created, right? So what are those seven process? SAP level.
Dialog work process, update work process,
index processor.
No, SAP level I'm talking about.
NQ, background work process.
Okay, so D, B, E, B, M, G, S.
MGS.
Yeah, just remember that formula. Tomorrow, maybe in the during the your initial days during the company, they may ask you the some basic questions here. What are the work processes responsible to log into the users and these things? So these things are very important. Okay, remember the all the work process and everything here. So here in the HANA level also, there the seven process will be created HANA level. One is the so index server. Index server is the main process, and index server, name server, and so preprocessor, and compile server, index server, name server, preprocessor, compile server, and also web dispatcher, then access engine, and also the daemon. These are the seven core process will be created during the during the time here. During the time, these are the seven core process will be created here, right? During the installation. So if these seven processes are live, then HANA database is up and running. If the seven processes are not showing at operating system level, then you cannot connect from the operating system level. You cannot connect it here. Suppose let me log into the our HANA database here at operating system level with the root user initially. Then so here, so we can see we can connect to the HANA database. Suppose like yesterday we installed the HDB ADM, right? So the SID ADM user. Then just type HDB space info. When you type the HDB space info, it should display the list of HANA process. Then it's not showing anything here. Then let's see the other process which are active here in the system. So they are the HDM ADM. So then HDM ADM. So if you go to the HDM, someone is installed HDM ADM, then if you type the HDB space info, then there the seven process are created here. See, HANA process are created here, right? So this is the daemon. So this is the daemon process here. This is the daemon process. name server, compile server, preprocessor, index server, access engine, web dispatcher, right? So 4 processes are created at operating system level. If there are 7 processes are live, then HANA database is up and running here. Then this 7 processes are stopped status, then HANA database is not running here. Suppose to stop the HANA database, HDB space stop. So when you stop the HANA database, all the memory will be released here. Memory will be released. Now you see free-g to check the memory status here. Total 33 GB. In that 10 GB is already used. 10 GB is used already. Means 10 GB is using by the this HANA database and everything. So now I am stopped the database now. Now HANA database has been stopped. Now if you use the free-g, now see only 1 GB is used here. Then why? Previously before stopping, we have the 10 GB is used space. Now it is the 1 GB used space. Then what happened here? Which means here your database, which means your HANA. So with this concept, now it's clearly stating that HANA is a in-memory database. In-memory database means all the data in the HANA database which is residing into the memory level. Memory level, in-memory level means in-memory means the RAM level, all the database which is residing here. In the memory level, the database is residing here, right? Database level which is residing here, right? So why? Because if you see here, if you stop the database, all the data got cleared out. If you start it, then data will be loaded to the main memory here, right? So our database is the HDB ADM, right? Our database is the HDB ADM here. Then just if you just click on the HDB space start here, then HANA database will be started here. So HDB start and HDB stop. That is for the starting and stopping the HANA databases here. Suppose if you want to start the HANA database here, then you can use the HDB space start. HDB is the capital. HDB step stop. Then HDB space version to check the versions. HDB space info to check the status of the HANA database. So these are the commands we have to use it here, right? Now see HANA database starting. So it will take time. Now it started. We got the prompt. It is okay. We got the prompt. Now just if you use the free-g here, now see already 8 GB is already used here. The previously 1 GB. Now HANA database started 8 GB is using here, which means HANA is a in-memory database. Now you started the HANA database. When the HANA database is started, then only you can connect from the anywhere. You can connect from the studio to perform the administration activities. So you stop with the HANA database, then when you're trying to connect from here, it will not work. It will not work here. So you cannot be able to connect it here. So it should be, you should be able to connect it here. You should be able to connect it here. That is the main thing of the thing here, right? That is the so you connected to the HANA database. So systemdb you connected, and also the 1080db also you connected here. What is the version of the HANA database? HANA to SP06 here. In the overview screen, we can see the all the details. In the overview screen, we can see the all the details of the HANA database and everything here, right? So that is the main thing of the starting the HANA database and stopping the HANA database here, right? So out of your GB, how much is HANA occupied here? In the overview screen, we can see the list of the details here. HANA used memory, how much memory is HANA used here? What is the disk usage here? What is the resident memory? What is the CPU usage here? So right. So then here all the details you have here. All the details you have here, right? So tenantdb and systemdb and tenantdb details we have here. Systemdb and tenantdb details here, right? So tenant, how much memory it is used here. Then resident memory, then CPU usage, and disk volume, data volume, log volume, and trace volume we have here, right? These details, right? So here also we have the all the details we have here. So these are the details we have here, right? So here in the overview section, we can see the status of the entire overview. Means suppose you purchased one book. In the book, you will not read all the things, right? First of all, you will see the overview summary section, the first page. maybe that is the overview or summary section. In the summary section, you will see, okay, unit 1, this number pages, unit 2, this pages. So like that directly will go to that page and you will read it. Same as like here, overview section means entire your database is in the overview section here. Memory, HANA process, versions, when is the last restart happened, who is the hardware manufacturer, and HANA used memory, resident memory, CPU, disk usage. So all the information you can see in the sections here. All the information we can see in the sections here, right? So that is the main thing is here, right? So that is the main thing here. Then let's go to the landscape section here. So in the landscape section, we can see the status of the HANA process here, whether the HANA process is active or not, what is the host name, what is the port number, and what is the service name, when was the last restart happened, start time, what is the CPU utilization, memory utilization here. Then it is in the statistics wise, what is the used memory, peak memory, all the information it will be displayed here. All the memory it will be displayed here, right? This is the landscape tab here. In the landscape tab, we can see the all the details here. Suppose at the same time, if you see here, but you can see here, compile server, daemon, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher, 5 process are there, which means, so 5 process are in the, so system DB and so index server. So index server access engine should be in the tenant database. Then remaining 5 process here, right? So NPDCW, right? NPD means name server, preprocessor, daemon. So then, so compile server, web dispatchers. These 5 are in the, so system DB here. These 5 are in the system DB here. System DB and tenant DB here. System DB and tenant DB. These 2 are in the tenant system DB and tenant DB here, right? So that is what we can say here, right? So here, so the same as like here, you can see 5 process are in the system DB. Then remaining two are in the tenant DB here. So tenant DB, you have the additionally index server and access server. Sir, we have the 7 process are here, right? Then is it double process of in the index server? No. Same process in the display screen, we can see the additionally, apart from that compile server, daemon, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher, here we have the access engine and the index server. So if you want to check the status here, you can see. Suppose like if you see the web dispatcher, the process ID is the 5372 and 3 instance number. This is the port number. Same as like web dispatcher 3 instance number 0A6 and so 5372 here, which means the port number, which means so this process and this process both are same. Only display you are seeing the 7 core process here. Compile server, name server, index server, name server, preprocessor, so web dispatcher, access engine. In the display screen you are seeing, which means it's not like that. So the 7 process are available in the index server also. Only in the display client, 5 process are in the system DB and remaining 2 are in the tenant database. Remaining 2 are in the tenant database here. So here the main process is here index server, right? So if I talk about the one by one about the all this process here, so so index server here. So the index server here. Index server is the main process here. The index server is the main process here. So index server is the main process here, which is available in the system DB. So all the data loads, calculations, all the data loads and the calculations, and so engines, all data loads means storing in the data into the HANA database level. So where it is storing the HANA database level means which process means index server. Index server is the main process. The actual data resides in index server only. Index server only here. Actual data resides in index server only here, right? That is the all the data loads, calculations, engines are available in the index server here, right? So remaining process will help to the index server, right? So in the databases level, you have the 7 process. In the out of 7 process, index server is the main process here where all the data is residing in the index server, right? That is the main process here, index server. Then name server. Name server is the process here, which is name server is the process which is available in the system tenant system DB. So which will holds the what is the responsibility. Each process there is the separate responsibility. So database is like a your brand new house. Installing the database now is a one brand new house building. Then after that, so after that, the in the brand new house, one family can stay. Same as like in the database level, one family can stay. Index server, name server, preprocessor, a compile server, web dispatcher, access engine. One family will stay in this here, right? One family will stay here, right? That is the main process here, right? Name server, index server. One family will stay in this process here, right? So then, but in the family members, we have father, mother, child, kids. We have and each family member they have own responsibility, same as like here also in the database level, each process has own responsibilities here. Index server with the data stores all the data loads, storing and retrieving, all the operations will happen in the index server itself only. So name server holds the name server also the here the topology related information. Name server holds the topology related information. Topology related information means the host name, port number. So host name, port number, SID, and instance number. So these are the details it will hold it. What is the host name? What is the port numbers? What is the SID? What is the instance number? This kind of topology related information it will hold it. Means it will keep it here. This is available only on the system DB, and this will help to index server. This will help to the index server process here. So that's why here index server we will call it as the father of the database. In a family, we have the father. Father is the main person. He will take care of the all the loads, burdens, calculations. So each and everything, right? In our home. Same as like here, index server also. The index server is the main process in the database level. All the data residing into the in the index server, all the calculations, engines, everything is available in the index server. Data, actual data resides in the index server only in the database level. So here also father is the main person, everything he loads, main person is the main person, right? That's why father of the house means is the index server here, right? Database level. So here in our house, our father, who is the father of the means our father is the father of the house, right? So name server is one of the kid in our home. He holds the only short some kind of information only, but he will help to the father, right? Same as like here preprocessor. Preprocessor processing the un, unstructured data. Preprocessing. So preprocessing the preprocessor processing the unstructured data. Processing the unstructured data. Unstructured data means sometimes data will come to database level. Sometimes data will come to database level in the form of text format, in the text file. So normally database is written into the C++ language. So each and everything should be in the C++ language code only. But sometimes data will come to the database level in the form of text format, text file. Text format means like to open bracket, then close bracket here. So do while, nested while, something like that. So that should be in the one formula. But in our database, so it will process the that is called the structured data. But in the database level, there is a one process that is called the preprocessor. It will process the unstructured data as well. It will process the unstructured data as well here. So preprocessor will process the unstructured data, and so this will help to the index server here. So this will help to index server, everything. Why? Because data comes to the index server, but the data is not in the structured format. Then immediately it will inform to the preprocessor, hello boss. So data is not in the not in the structured format. Please process into the structured format. Then immediately, so index server internally will coordinate with the name server. Index server will coordinate with the preprocessor. Then preprocessor will change the status to the structured, unstructured into structured data. and it will help to the index server to process the data here. Then compile server here. Compile server. Compile server is responsible for compilation of the programs and stored procedures here, right? Compilation of compile server is responsible compilation of stored procedures. So compilation of the stored procedures and so compilation of stored procedures, programs, etc. in the database level. So this process will help to index server. This process will help to the index server here. That is the compile server. Compilation of the programs and stored procedures, etc. This will help to the index server, right? So compilation means just it will compile it here. If any programs or any reports are there, it will compile it for the speed up purpose. Speed up purpose, it will compile the all the programs and reports here, right? That is the compile server here. Then web dispatcher here. So web dispatcher here. Web dispatcher is responsible for so take the browser request, browser or web-based request, handle the web-based request here. Means sometimes the people will not only log into studio level, sometimes the people will use the browser, browser screens. Sometimes the people will use the browser screens to connect it here. The time means the request is coming from the browser or web. In that case, this is called the web-based request here or browser-based request. It will handle the browser-based request here. It will take the browser-based request and it will hand over to the access engine. Access engine will process the request which is coming from, which are coming from web dispatcher. Okay, web dispatcher here. So web dispatcher will take the browser request, will hand over to the access engine. Access engine will process the user request. Okay, that is the main thing. So the main process is here daemon, like so daemon. So in the daemon, so suppose in our home we discussed about the father of the database is like a index server. So name server and a preprocessor are the kids, childs, something like that you can assume. But we have the father, then who is the mother here, right? Daemon process is the mother here. So which means why I called as a mother in our home. If any one of the kid or index server or any one of the kid so is in the sick status, is in the sick. So the daemon is the mummy. The mummy process will go and daemon. So daemon is the father of the house of the what do we call mummy. Suppose like it's a kind of our mummy. So if suppose if we stuck in our home, how the mummy will come will give us some energy drinks, boost of some boost, Bonavita, tea, coffee, something like that to make it up active status. Same as like here, daemon process also will if any process out of the seven process, if any process is stopped status or error status or faulty status, then it will it will make it to the active status here. So which means it will clear the faulty status in the database language. It will clear the faulty status. Faulty status means error, stopped. So some other reason it will stopped means immediately daemon will make it to the active status. Active means running status here, right? That is the mummy, right? So this is only responsible for, so it will always check the whether all the process are running fine or not. If something is stopped, then daemon will go and will give some boost to the access engine, then it will make it to the active, right? That is what it will do here. So that is the main thing of the the process, the list of HANA database process here, index server, name server. So here, now you come to know what is the main process here, right? Now, by this theoretically, you know what is the main process in the HANA database. What is the main process in the HANA database here? Father of the database.
Index server.
Index server. So why index server is the main process? What exactly it will stores?
Because all the data from the tenants will be stored in the index
Yeah.
server.
Yeah, where the index server will be available.
It is available in the tenant database.
So okay. So what is the main process in that in the system database?
It will manage the tenant database.
Okay, it will manage the all the tenant database and everything. So index server is the master in the tenant database. Master in means main database here. Then after that, so index server is the master. Then name server is the master in the system database here. Why? Because this is also hold some priority information. So index server is the main process in the main and here the name server is the main process in the so, and a system database here. System database, the main process is the name server. The tenant database, index server is the main process here. Right? So that is the main thing of the so system DB and the tenant databases here. Right? So to stop the database, to start the database, we know what to do and everything here. Right? Suppose example, suppose if I stop the suppose here what I will do, here I will stop the web dispatcher here. Let's see what will happen. Okay, I stopped the web dispatcher here. See, it stopped status. Immediately it is started, right? Immediately the daemon is started status. You can see the timelines. All are started at 9:40. This is only 9:59. It is started, which means so here daemon will start it. So if you stop it, so it will not be same. So just to stop it here, if you kill it, so it is stopped status here, right? Actually, it come to the red status. Now you see all the some projects are not running here. Then when you click on the refresh button, again it will become active status here, right? Now it's 10 o'clock, which means so how it is starting automatically. You stopped it, then who is going to take care of and kill the starting here? So if any process is
Daemon.
stop status or error status, who is going to start it automatically?
Daemon is helping, sir.
Yes, that's why we will call it as the daemon is the mummy here, right? Daemon is the mummy process here. So that is the main thing here. Now alerts tab. Alerts tab means so it will give you the database alerts and errors and all the details here. Errors and so all the information. If in the database level something is happening, something is not working, so then here you will get the error messages here. You will get the high priority, low priority error messages here. Suppose in the here the dispatcher is not working, web dispatcher, then you can see the web dispatcher and the host was restarted. Suppose like is here, previously we have restarted the web dispatcher under 2 times, then 10 and 10:1. So the alert got generated here, right? So that is the reason here. So each and everything will be recorded into the in the alerts page. By checking this one, we will come to know what happened in our database level, what time, what is the symptoms. All the symptoms it will be recorded here, right? If any errors or any issues, each and everything will be recorded into the here, right? Sir, I will always not in front of the laptop. I will not in front of the studio also. I want this alert should be to my email ID. Means emails configurations and everything here. Then here you can go to the configure, right? Here you can provide the sender details here. Sender details means no reply dot at the rate of so gmail.com here. Then SMTP server. SMTP dot. So this is a mailbox server name here, right? Then recipients, who should receive the email ID? So all the basis team should receive the email ID here. Then just you can add the basis email IDs here so that you added the email ID. So now onwards, what will happen? If something wrong, immediately the something wrong here, immediately whatever the recipients you mentioned, all the recipients, all the email IDs should receive the alerts notification to their mailboxes. Their mailboxes, their inboxes, they will receive the all the alerts emails here. That is the main thing here. So which means if you want to configure the alerts notifications or anything, then we can use this configuration, we can use it here. This configuration, we can use it here, right? So this is the web dispatcher configurations and everything. Not means, suppose you are not in front of the, so system is not opened here, you are not opened this one, just you are not opened the HANA Studio to check the status, then you are only keep on checking the emails and everything, but something is happened, something is happened in the database level, we are not sure what will happen in the, at what time. So right, so then in this case, as soon as something is happens, you should receive the emails. Then in this case, just configure the alerts configuration. Here you can use the, so CPU, memory, address, delta, space, memory license, tables, whatever the issue, if anything is happened, then immediately you will get the emails from the system. So that kind of configurations we can perform it here in the, that kind of configuration we can perform it in the HDB, right? This is the one alerts configuration here, right? Alerts configuration, right? So this is the main thing. So will you guys practice, or shall I explain the remaining things as well? The first three tabs. I think some members are still they are doing the installation. So okay, please perform the installation. So when you've done the installation, just so, but if you want to perform, if you want to connect to the HANA Studio, open the HANA Studio, then here use the HDB database. Okay, here KPS4 HANA, then 00, then multi-container system database. Then you can use the, so system, HDB you can connect it here. Why? Because HDB is our training purpose. We will use only one database here. Remaining databases are not required. So everybody please connect to the this HDB database for practice purpose. You can do the practical and everything here in this database. Okay. So HDB database you can connect it. So everybody connected? Any database?
No, sir, getting the error message.
What is the error message?
The error is like the error is while opening the administrator editor.
Can you share your screen?
Yes.